Yo, this Gemaine on Dash Radio. Lay It Down. My new single is out now.
Compton in the house.
Yes, sir.
Woo! All right, everybody. See your boy Maiwan here at Dash Radio. Today I got a man. This is rare that I get to talk to a West Coast talent.
Yes, sir.
But you are just raw talent.
Hey, man.
Gemaine, how are you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Nice to meet you, my brother.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah.
Honored, bro.
Yeah.
The reason I bring this up is music has changed a lot in the past like 20 years. I mean, shit in the past year, but it's rare to me that I hear a singer. Oh, we got people right now tripping out. What's up, man?
What's up with it?
It's weird to me that I hear a singer who's singing just raw.
Yeah.
Just vocals. You rely on vocals for the most part.
I do, man. I want to bring a certain approach to R&B back, man. And like that's
I hear
just, it's so funny. I like just today I saw like a D'Angelo video as far as like what he don't like about today's music, and like I just thought it was like very interesting, and like I didn't realize he said like the thing that he don't like about today's music is that it's basically, in my interpretation, too calculated. Like, and like people don't take risk anymore and don't try to be different, you know? Like I feel like everyone's trying to be different, but they're trying to be different in a way that's likable rather than like just really doing it and like being passionate about what you're doing.
Absolutely.
You know, so like I just it really resonated with me, and I just really felt that, and I really like understood that, and I felt like what exactly he was talking about is missing is exactly like what I'm doing.
Absolutely, man. I was so thrown off guard when I read the EPK or press kit, you know? And I'm like, okay, singer from Compton. Like, okay. And just looking at your picture, just from the graphic, I'm like, he doesn't seem like he's gonna be singing about what I expect people from Compton. So I'm thinking Blast, Bino, Wally the Sensei, Asia.
Right.
I played your track. I played No Questions, and I'm like, excuse me? Like I must have had the wrong artist.
Like
this
is.
But then I go back to Lefty, and then I take it back even Curious. If I'm correct, the one back in 2015. 2015. And I was like, oh, this is like a classical singer, not like a classical, but you have that training, you know.
The tradition is in there.
And I love that, man.
The culture is in there.
That's one category of R&B that's never gonna go away. You know, it'll hit and miss in waves. But do you ever feel any pressure to conform?
A lot, man.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest, man. And honestly, I have conformed to a certain extent, but like I've realized how to conform and still be me. And I think that is like, in my eyes, I think that is the real sweet spot of longevity, is knowing how to like still be you and do you while still fitting in with like what's going on.
Absolutely.
So like, man, like I just like I finally like figured that out in my head. Like, okay, if music is here, be here, but like do my interpretation of what my shit would sound like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally like a whole little like fucking arena or like fucking crowd of people. Like, what would MJ sound like in 2022? What would fucking D'Angelo sound like 2022? What would fucking, Music Soul Child, whoever sound like in blah, blah, blah. So like that just like be my thought process. Like, okay, what would my shit sound like in this kind of like shit, And I feel like that's the key to longevity. I feel like all the greats do that.
Yeah.
They know how to like go with what's going on and
adapt.
Still be them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Weeknd did a great job of that. The Weeknd's doing like 80s dance music now, but it never does he sound out of pocket. It's almost like now his lane.
Exactly.
Well, you, my friend, I bring up The Weeknd because you got that voice on you, man.
I appreciate it.
Like a motherfucker. You're one of those people, when I hear your tracks, I get like mad. No disrespect anymore. I get like mad at God almost. I'm like, really? Like you left me with this shit, but this dude here. But it must have been interesting growing up. So you grew up in Compton, right?
Yeah, sure. Yes, sir.
Growing up in Compton, but just from the way you present yourself, the way you create music, do you ever feel like you didn't fit in? Was it ever weird for you?
Definitely, man. Definitely.
You know what I mean?
I still feel like I don't fit in.
Yeah, like
I constantly feel isolated and just feel like I don't really relate as much, you know.
I
But
feel
that's
that,
just
yeah.
like, I just feel like that's the blessing and curse of just everything I am is everything I'm not kind of thing.
Absolutely,
Right?
and I think that's what makes certain artists so great. I think in art
Yeah.
specifically, being different is what's gonna make you great. But at the same time, it's like that's at your expense. Like look
And
at
I'm
Ye.
not trying to be different. I'm literally just different.
It's just you, yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm not trying.
No, well, you are unique. The music
Yeah,
to me, it
appreciate
really
it.
reminded me of Maxwell. That's who I kept
Dope.
hearing in my head. I
Dope.
just like your
I'll
voice.
take it.
Yeah, I thought it sounded a lot like Maxwell, but then I kind of looked at who you were influenced by, and I wanted
Yeah.
to bring you an album. So I do this thing, Jermaine, I bring an
Yeah.
album for every artist I
Fire.
interview.
Yeah.
I almost brought you down 8701, but I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't. You tell me if I made the right
The,
choice.
the homie Angel Hayes always literally like every other day she'd be like, "Nigga, make an 8701.
Well, I
You need
brought
to make
you.
an Usher 8701. I'm like, I got you.
I brought you
Shout
Michael
out to Angel
Jackson
Hayes.
off the wall.
Oh, come on.
I don't
Classic.
know. I felt like you loved Michael.
Oh, love Michael.
And what I noticed more so was you seem
Love
very
it.
involved with the whole product.
Yeah.
Everything from your cover arts
Definitely.
to your music videos.
Definitely.
You're very hands-on with everything,
I'm hands
right?
on with everything, man, and it developed. Like I didn't always want to be this way, but it developed over time.
Mm-hmm.
Just out of just like stubbornness mixed within literally just like getting let down.
Let down by like other creatives, like trying to make your album art.
Yeah, man. I got tired of having ideas that I thought were great, and then it panning out to not being so great, and it just made me feel crazy too many times, and it was
Yeah.
making me like not love music as much.
That happens a lot, right? Because like I used to make music, and the second I got into the process of trying to blow it up, I started to lose the love for it. You know,
Yeah.
like everything after recording the song, I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I'm excited to. I'm gonna tap back into this. I mean, I already love this album, Off the Wall.
Off the Wall, yeah.
Shout out to YMTK. He always says Off the Wall is better than Thriller. I think he's crazy.
You know,
but Off the Wall is definitely top 2. So
this is actually, we could literally do a whole 7-hour like debate on this just
Yeah.
alone, because
Off the Wall is amazing.
that is a very interesting thing, because I've gotten to this debate. Me and one of my homies, Victor, always
Yeah.
argue about this shit. I actually think Off the Wall is better, but I know Thriller is better. I don't know if that makes sense.
I respect that. I
'Cause
respect that.
I know I like Off the Wall. It's disco.
I seen somebody say like a couple weeks ago about Bad being like top. I'm like, bro.
Nah,
stop.
that's just like
Whoever's saying that, stop.
He must
Stop
have lost
yourself.
his virginity
It's just like
to Bad.
ridiculous.
There's some
It's
deep
ridiculous.
attachment to that album.
It's
That is
ridiculous.
not that good
It's
of an
just
album.
ridiculous.
Like,
Like,
I love MJ.
It's a great album. Don't get me wrong, but like, come on, we know.
Yeah.
We know where the sauce at.
You know what MJ album I thought about giving you was Invincible.
Oh, love Invincible.
Damn, you know,
Rock
I
With You?
I
Come
thought
on.
you might look at it and not recognize it because it's not too iconic of an album cover.
Oh, I love that album.
That album was actually, I always
Love
tell
that
people,
album.
that's Michael doing modern day R&B.
Yes.
With like Rodney Jenkins,
For
Teddy
sure.
Riley. He's working with
Butterflies,
Marsha and Brosha.
amazing.
Yep. And he
What?
executed it.
Oh, my
Rest
God.
in peace, man. Michael could have done music in this era and killed it.
And I know he could have, because like I said earlier, the greats know how to still be them and conform to whatever's going on.
Exactly.
And one thing I like always like heard from like just because I'm a huge Michael fan, and one thing about his process and like with making music and like developing albums with people, you always found the hottest people. Like if you was doing some dope shit, thong song, whatever it was, Bobby Brown, whatever it was,
Yeah.
he liked it. He find you work on some shit. Like
Yeah.
and like that's what like all the greats do. They know where it's at. They know what's going on. They know who's behind what's going on.
Absolutely.
And then they fuck with that. And
Yeah.
then, like,
And the more I've gotten deeper.
put they taste on it.
Exactly. The deeper I've gotten into music, every album, especially every great album, is such a collaborative effort. And like even Nas's Illmatic, you had Large
Yeah.
Professor behind that, Q-Tip was behind that, fucking DJ Premier was behind that.
Right.
You look at every Kanye West project, he's
Right.
a genius. But the first one, you got Rhymefest, Consequence, GLC. as you move forward, anyway, every great project's like a collaborative effort, and that's what the greats definitely
I love collaboration.
But let's talk about your collaboration, man. Charlie Heat. What a fucking combo.
Man,
what a Penny and Shaq.
It's a great combo, man, honestly.
It's I maybe even asked this 1,000 times. Doughboy got mad when I asked him how he met Future. But I feel like this is one of the first times we get to get a lot of information on you. I couldn't find any interviews online.
That's fine. That's fine.
How did it start? Charlie Heat, Gemaine.
Man, he found me.
He found you.
Yeah, it was one of the songs I put out like off of my other project. Was it Shift? No, it wasn't Shift. It was my last project.
Lefty.
Okay. That I put out. What's going on?
That's a good one.
I guess a couple people sent it to him.
Okay.
And, they put it on his radar, like, yo, you might make some dope shit with him. You should fuck with him. So, like, he, reached out, got in the studio. I don't think neither of us had really expectations about it, We just both, like, now that I know him and knowing how I am, obviously, we both people that just really about the work, about, love music and just about the craft. And like we ain't in it for like the money. Obviously we want money.
Yeah, but the business. Fame, you're not here for the clout.
But like what we really do it for is we on the same, we on the same boat with it. Like we really love this shit. We love to work hard. We love to like really be great and like do the process to being great. And so like
that's amazing.
I feel like when we just linked up, we had no expectations, but like immediately once we linked up, I had my close creative partner that I like do everything with, YMTK.
Shout out YMTK.
And shout out YMTK. So we all pulled up and immediately we just hit it off. Like we just immediately just like knew it was something there
before you even started recording.
Yeah, I mean, because nobody just gets into this. I mean, some people do, but that ain't how I work.
Kick it, talk a little bit.
Yeah, kick it, get a vibe, man, because it's chemistry. Everything, the best shit come from chemistry. So
now, but what was interesting to me was the music didn't change much. Like Lefty to No Questions is still in the same lane. Mm-hmm. So that's super dope that Charlie kind of had like your vibe down.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a difference though in the next singles coming out.
Okay. I like No Questions. Immediately,
I'm glad you like it.
I'm a big music head. I'm an oldies guy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is out there, but that's Stevie, right? Ribbon in the Sky?
It definitely has the influence of that.
Okay, it's an influence. My bad, but we can cut this. I don't want to get you in no label trouble.
Right,
I'll check with Greg after. We might have to cut that out.
You're good.
No, but I immediately heard, Ribbon in the Sky.
Yeah.
And that to me let me know you guys have that appreciation.
For sure.
What was so dope is y'all really did it differently, which is that's the way you cover music, or you got to come correct like when D'Angelo did Cruising. When Lauren did Killing Me Softly, but you did like your own little rendition.
Made it a whole new thing.
It's his own thing. It is different too. The melody does, it's not the same exact.
And that's really what I think I want to do, man. I really want to bridge the gap between like where R&B was and where it is now. Like I feel like it's missing and it needs that. Like I feel like a lot of people are like influenced. A lot of the R&B artists of today is influenced by hip hop, which is great.
No, it is,
and that's cool. But like R&B, where it started, where the origin of it needs to always be present, and I feel like that's important for this genre, and not to get, misconstrued.
That's an interesting point. You're absolutely right.
I feel like you ask a lot of like the Tory Lanez, Brysons, like all the like R&B dudes that like be the R&B, faces, like who they like best, most influential artists. I feel like most of them be saying like hip hop dudes, at least from what I've seen. So like,
nah, absolutely. And I think some of it comes from the audience. Like music's always dictated by the fans. Labels can definitely push shit in the fans' mouth.
Right.
But if the fans like what they like and they go back and buy what they like, and then labels make more of that.
Exactly.
So I think, the audience, maybe it's like the younger audience, but I felt like R&B and hip hop have always been hand in hand.
Yeah.
But they were always like separate at the same
It
time.
was a line.
Yeah.
And I feel like the line is disappearing.
This is actually really interesting. I never had anyone spit that to me like this, and I think you're 100% right. It is very disappearing. Like, some artists who come in now and I interview them, I really genuinely do not know if they're a rapper or an R&B artist. And sometimes it's not a bad thing, you know what I mean?
It's not.
It's just, it's different.
Making money, man.
I grew up, but I grew up off that, like, 100% genuine.
Yeah.
Where he never did anything but
He's
fucking
like,
sing.
nah, I'm singing, bro.
Exactly.
I'm singing with my shirt off.
Exactly. Where is that R&B, man? Everyone's shirts are on and shit.
You know,
D'Angelo used to be butt-ass naked, looking straight at the camera, man.
We need to.
Yeah, you remember that? Dude did a whole video butt-ass naked.
Butt-ass naked, bro.
I
We gotta bring it back.
My fucking mom would come home and I'd have to change the channel. Like, I'm watching like some porn. Like, I'm looking at black dudes naked.
Like, man, we can't watch no R&B
like,
video.
Mom, I swear it was Rap City the Basement. They just decided to fucking do the R&B video.
Oh,
I remember when that
God.
shit hit. But so you and Charlie Heat have, I imagine, no pun intended, you guys have some heat. Like, you guys have a body.
I'm excited, man.
You're gonna drop a body of work with him, right?
Yeah,
that's what I read.
It's gonna be a collab project.
Sent over to me.
Yeah,
that's incredible. I think that, to me, 9 times out of 10, the best albums are collaborative between the producer and artist. It is like artists, you can do it where you have 10 people, like Jay-Z had a bunch of people on Black Album.
Yeah,
it was amazing. But you look at Blueprint, that was Kanye and Just Blaze.
Yeah.
So that whole 8-9 tracks, it's like they architected it.
Yeah.
So for you with Charlie Heat, are you letting, like, is it just you two? You got any other producers?
No, it's mainly just us two. I'd like did a little
That's dope.
production. I like sprinkled some production in.
Oh, you did? Okay.
On a couple of tracks. I mean,
Okay.
just 1 or 2 tracks.
That's
honestly.
exciting, man.
Yeah, but like it's mainly Charlie, and we wanted to make sure it was just really like very not too many people.
Yeah, I think it's you have a continuity on that album.
Exactly.
You can hear it. You literally it's the same, individual doing the bass is doing it on almost every song and drums.
Yeah.
That's how music used to be. Like,
Exactly.
Sade is a band. It's one of the craziest things I discovered. I have an album collection upstairs, and I remember her album. I opened it, and I'm like, wait, there's 4 people in Sade? It's a band. And it's the same bassist, same drummer, same guitarist throughout the time. So that sound kind of more
consistent.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So you and Charlie,
I'm big into that.
I absolutely think it's the way to go.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times. There's gonna be that time where you can't put a classic out, but
Definitely when you're doing some shit that like not everybody trying to do.
Yeah.
You know?
So you have an interesting, like, because you blew up initially, you know, SoundCloud Vine era.
Yes, sir.
Right? So interesting, man. I'm so proud of I love everything LA except the Lakers. I'll say that on camera. I love everything LA.
Oh,
you did it on your own. You went to a guitar center.
Yes, sir.
Make sure I have the story correct.
Yeah.
My man over here went to a guitar center. Was it the one off Sunset?
Nah, it was the one right by the South Bay Galleria. So
by the Galleria. Yeah.
Hawthorne-ish area.
I know exactly what you're talking about. So you went there, you recorded a Vine.
Yeah.
Right? I specifically want to clarify Vine because Vine is what, 6 seconds? 8 seconds?
6 seconds, dog.
Right? Something like
6
that?
seconds. Literally 6 seconds.
For any of the kids who don't know, real quick, Vine was TikTok before TikTok.
Yes.
You couldn't attach the song, but you made a little video.
Yeah.
And low key, Vine shifted the culture.
It did.
I don't know why Vine died
Big
out.
time.
I'll never understand.
I didn't even understand it when I was doing it. I'm gonna be honest.
So what had transpired exactly? You put out the Vine video, and it just went dumb viral on Vine, and then SoundCloud,
and
or it went viral.
It was so funny, man. I was like living at my mom's house, like with my like brothers and sisters, and I just remember just like waking up and just seeing mad notifications and just like people just like on my like.
You felt like you got hacked or something, right?
I was just confused. I didn't honestly understand social media at all. So like I had a phone and like I just had a phone for the first time in like in the 10th grade. So like I was barely understanding how a phone worked.
You just
let
had gotten
alone
a phone,
social media.
and you went viral.
So like 3 years in up to having a phone and knowing how that shit worked, I didn't know anything about social media like that. So I was literally just like doing shit. Like you look back on those shits, like that was me being in my rawest form, like of just like I don't care. I'm just doing shit, whatever. Like literally.
Yeah, you didn't make that with the intention of going viral, blowing
At all.
up, starting a career
At
off of it.
all, man. At all.
But then your SoundCloud blew up too.
Yeah.
In conjunction with that,
Yeah.
people really like
And that's
the
when
music.
that's when it got serious. Is when I made a song from the freestyle I did with my brother at Guitar Center. He made a beat off the little Yamaha piano.
Yeah.
They be having a little showcase.
Yeah.
In the Guitar Center. So we went to the piano section. He made a little beat. Literally took him like 5 minutes to make the whole little
But then
beat.
it was just a little clip that
A
kind of...
little 6-second clip.
Yeah.
And that was just like the first thing that came to my head. And it was so funny, man. I was never trying to be an artist, but it wasn't until I like literally saw it in person how
The engagement.
impactful it was.
Okay, yeah.
I remember going to my my school's high school prom. I was like a year out, and I went to like the high school little, prom after party, because I still had my cousins and friends that was still in there. And like people were like coming up to me like, bro, finish that shit, finish that song. And like, yo, I'll help you finish it. Like legit like 5-6 people. And then like I seen people like commenting on different apps like Instagram, like, yo, let me help you finish it. You should make that a song. Like people I didn't even know.
Damn. And at this point, you haven't made the decision to go full force. I'm a singer. This is what I'm doing
I
for the rest
had
of my life.
no indication of being a singer, no interest at all of being an artist, anything.
You didn't know you had this golden voice?
Man, I didn't.
Wow.
I did, but I didn't.
Thank
to be
God for
honest.
Vine. Thank
Yeah,
God for
man.
Vine. Thank God for that Vine.
Right?
But what's so
Some
interesting
Missy
to
B type
me
shit.
is you had that chapter, but I still think you still haven't hit your like magnum opus. You know what I mean?
Oh, for
you
sure
haven't,
not.
You haven't given us your Stevie Wonder songs in the key of life.
Oh no, yeah, it's coming though.
Oh, I know. I feel it.
I definitely got some stuff in the chamber that I definitely want to tap into. But timing is everything, and like, it's a matter of when the time is right for me to be putting stuff out like that. But
absolutely.
it's definitely in there, and I definitely look forward to
most definitely
being in that pocket. For sure.
What I was gonna say is so unique is you came from or at least your moment, your big moment that propelled everything was Vine. But now we're in the era of TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's very similar.
It's
very different.
It's very similar but different for sure.
But what's crazy is TikTok. I fucking hate TikTok. I'm gonna put this out there. That shit drives me because it's way too much work.
Bro.
It's way
Same
too
here.
much work.
I'm gonna be honest. Same here.
I can't like Instagram. Oh, cool. I like this picture. Cool caption. Boom.
Cool.
TikTok.
That's it.
Let me do some fucking video editing.
Bro,
like,
it drives me insane. It literally is taking years
culture.
off of me.
It has, right? But it impacts the culture so much.
It does, unfortunately.
It was a couple of things that happened last year. One's Fleetwood Mac recharted. That song from the Hispanic dude drinking the cranberry juice on the skateboard.
Yeah.
Remember? That record hit Billboard charts.
Wow.
This whole I personally, I'm a musicophile, whatever the fuck you call it. Never really listened to that record.
Yeah.
Almost know it word for word now.
Ain't it crazy?
So many songs like that. And then one of my buddies, up and coming artists who had never had a moment, never blew up, randomly his song started getting like whatever.
Which is
TikTok
beautiful,
video.
man, and I fuck with
he
that.
made like 5 bands for his career.
That's great.
So yeah, I fuck with TikTok now. But I wonder what your feelings are because you've already been through that. Like you've been through the
man.
doing it that way.
I am all for TikTok and people getting their hustle on and like doing their shit and like things that usually probably wouldn't have popped off because of just like some trend or whatever that just happening. Like it, people's careers and lives, blossoming and changing for the better. I love to see that. What I hate to see though is how it impacts everything we do, like within marketing, music, within making music. Like
interesting.
It's been so heavily pushed upon me, and I know I speak for like many artists as far as just like, yo, how could this work for TikTok? Even when we like show somebody song, this would be great for like it's like so pushed on us that we gotta like think about TikTok even with creating music.
That's
I don't
really-
fuck with that.
I've never heard this before. So
I don't fuck with that,
this
bro.
is what's happening now. Like they're saying,
It's
create
pushed.
something for TikTok, or they're almost looking for it.
I mean, they ain't saying it, but they saying it. And I know some people saying it for sure, just saying
I feel
it.
like you can't do that. Like when I talk to K,
That's not what music is about. That's not what art is about.
It's just supposed to happen organically.
Man, like the best art comes from what you experience and what you're going through and what others are going through and like what you passionate about. And like to make shit targeted for TikTok, it's just not cool. And I don't fuck with it. And that ain't art.
That's interesting.
That's trendy.
Because you like not to like this motherfucker is retardedly, excuse my language. This motherfucker is so talented.
Right.
But you know, your career was propelled from a Vine moment.
Exactly.
So I would imagine you would be more like,
Bro,
oh yeah, let's go TikTok.
That
like,
is simply
do a whole little thing.
That is simply what like slowed down that, surgence of like, my, quote unquote, if you look at it, like I was like going crazy on Vine and shit, but like once I like figured out, okay, this is what I want to do, and then like I started figuring myself out, like what I care about, what do I want to be, how do I want to be looked at, and like just like everything I wanted that make me happy, and I wouldn't have been happy being a Vine cover artist or like YouTube cover artist.
No,
like,
you're not, bro. You're a real artist. Like you're an artist.
And that is like what I strive for. That was intentional. And I feel like if I wanted to like keep that wave of just doing covers and just like putting just any fucking thing out, I got lucky with the freaky shit, and that's cool. But like, I don't want to get lucky again. I want it when my moment to happen to people know that like I worked for that, and
most
that
definitely
happened on purpose.
People are gonna know, and we're gonna get into. You went to New York.
Yeah.
You left California.
Yeah.
And you went from one jungle.
Yeah.
Compton is a concrete jungle like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
And you went into another concrete jungle.
Yeah.
And when you left New York, was it you like you're done with New York, or you had accomplished what you accomplished? So like why did you go to New York and why did you come back? I guess what I'm asking.
Life was just really hard when I needed to go to New York. My manager and his like whole like team and just like everything he was like doing business-wise was just out there.
Oh, okay.
So it just made more sense for me to go up there. Mainly, though, more because I just have too much distractions in LA. And that's just like with like living and just like...
family.
Yeah, like it was just, we was just going through a lot, man. Like going through like motels and hotels and like jumping from sisters' houses to aunties' houses. And it was just like... It was really bad to where I like literally like... Time I could have been like learning a song, I'm over here moving mad boxes from this house to this house, and then like going, you know what I'm saying? It was just like too much for me to where I couldn't even focus on music. So my manager took it upon himself to like, man, let me just come out here with me. Let me at least give you a chance to like focus on yourself. Like
that's a beautiful thing.
So it was great, man. And New York was my college years to me. I consider that college for me. The way it impacted me, I moved out there from like 19 to like 22.
Oh, those are literally the college years.
Exactly.
Know what I mean?
So it was great, man.
That's dope.
I consider it my college years for sure. It was my first time being independent.
Is that when you made the album?
Had my own apartment.
Did
That's when I made the Curious album.
Yeah, I imagine.
With my boy Leon Thomas, LT.
Okay.
Super
and then
dope.
What made you say, you know what, I got to go back home?
It was just time. I had, label interest with IP Independent Co. Now. They just shout out to Independent Co. They had interest and we explored it and just wanted to see what was going on. Like I just felt like it was time. Like I got enough from New York and I just felt like it was time to move back to LA and figure my stuff out as a young man, and then like with the label, and then like figuring out that they based in LA, so it just felt like the perfect time to come.
It's almost
back.
like LeBron James. I don't know if you're a big sports guy, but it's almost like you going to New York was like when he went to Miami.
Miami,
and
exactly.
He had to learn how to win a ring so he could bring it back home.
Yeah.
Sounds like you went to New York to really find yourself as an artist.
Yes, exactly.
Turn
That's
all this
exactly
other shit
what
off.
happened. That's exactly what happened.
And then you came and you brought it back home.
Yeah, man, came and brought it back home.
We love that,
sure.
man. As a, what do they call us? Angelino, as a Angelino, I love to know that we have a great singer. Like, if all bullshit aside, if there was no TikTok, even if there was no instrumental, you never met Charlie.
Right.
God gave you a voice, man.
Man,
You're
appreciate
using
it, bro. That's
the right
love.
way. Now, what I wanted to ask you, because I talked to Wally the Sensei last year. I don't know if you know what that is. He has that 03 flow. It's this big song in LA.
Fire.
So he's not a traditional singer. He writes his own music, but he sings more in the modern sense with like, more melodies, heavy on the auto-tune, I would say. But he's great. I love Wally, by the way. This isn't a knock. But Wally told me how wherever he goes into a room, people are going to look at him like a rapper. Not just because he's African-American, because he has tattoos. You read his bio, he's been affiliated. He talks about it in his music. His music's about, 03 Flow is about 03 Garrido, and it's the perspective of being like locked up and like you have that mind state. But I wonder if for you, being from Compton, do you ever get put in a box as like a hip hop artist or rapper?
People just expect exactly that. They expect me to be rapping. They expect me to be gang affiliated. They expect
or to like sing about that shit,
Yeah, I mean,
it caught me off guard.
It's funny,
and
man.
it's my fault. It's nothing on you.
Yeah.
I shouldn't assume Compton guns.
Exactly, and I think it's a beautiful thing, man, because I love to be the person to like break that, expectation of what they, what people expect from Compton. Like,
absolutely.
I feel like Compton got more flavor than just one, which is just rappers. Like, I feel
Compton's been cleaned up too. I mean,
we have a lot of taste in different things out there. So
most definitely. Well, you see it with Kendrick, like that whole good kid, mad city idea. I feel like you kind of embody that as well.
Oh, for sure,
just
man.
Listening to your music, I couldn't picture you walking into the Delamo swap meet with like a blunt in your mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah.
But I could see you maneuvering through the neighborhood, being good. Not getting in trouble.
For sure, man.
So you're really from it.
I'm from it.
When they say like from Compton, like you are from that motherfucker.
Yeah, Palm Street, Oleander, for sure. But the thing is, like, I'm not gonna fake it like I, from the hood of like I'm ganging with the. Nah, I wasn't doing none of that. Like, I knew how to move, and like knowing how to move, the biggest part is just knowing where to go. Like, you don't be hanging around. Go where you gotta go. Going to this liquor store up the street, get chips. Come right back home. Yeah. I ain't gonna go to the liquor store up the street, go hang out, like, hey, yo, blah, 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 what up? Blah, blah, blah. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the biggest part is just moving with intention. And like, that's just always what I do.
Absolutely. Definitely, even the way you've maneuvered through your career is always like a goal. That's what I was saying with your albums. Everything from the album art to what I was hearing to the production.
For sure.
I can feel like your vibe on it.
Yeah.
So no questions out now. Have you announced the name of the project you're doing with Charlie?
I have. New Jack City.
Oh yeah, you did the New Jack.
Yeah, I haven't formally announced it, but I put it out there.
City. Is that inspired by the movie at all?
Yes, sir.
Sonically, like, are we gonna hear things that sound like the movie, or just the look of it?
It's more the look of it and the tone and attitude of it.
The video, I saw it. You got your young Wesley on.
Yeah, exactly. The Wesley. I got a song on the project. It's gonna be titled Wesley too. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm really embodying it.
Wait, have you heard from Wesley yet? Because it's gonna happen. Wesley's really in with the culture now. Like, he's on Instagram all the time now.
I love it. It would be amazing to hear from him.
All right, we're gonna post. This is gonna be one of the clips I make.
Yeah.
Wesley, let us know what you think of the damn song when it comes out.
Oh yeah, I produced it and co-wrote it with my boy YMTK.
You produced it?
That's one of the records that I actually produced.
Dope.
It'll be cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man. I hope you like it, Wesley.
Yeah, right. That's ill. So so New Jack is gonna be New Jack City. Sorry.
Yes.
It's gonna be inspired visually by New Jack.
Not visually, just more like tone wise and just attitude wise. Like,
okay.
I just felt like our brotherhood is very similar to New Jack City, and just like the attitude that they had, and just like I don't care, like this is who I am. We live by code kind of like attitude, and just like confident, and just like the era of like when that movie came out like the era and like how like artists and within R&B with the Bobbies did music and how they approached things and they were just a little raunchy with it. Like we embodied that and like we really felt that and we like resonated with that. Like half of the songs we made, we was like drinking and just having the movies playing while we like make music. And it was just all movies in that era, and it was the New Jack City movie that one day we just saw playing. Like, bro, that's dead ass G.
That's the look we want.
That's dead ass G, bro. I'm like, look, that's Charlie right there.
Yeah.
Light skinned that ass Ice-T, motherfucker, always cool and like, nah, that's Charlie right there. He don't want to be Ice-T, he want to be the other dude. But I always thought. We always looked at that movie and just like it resonated with us.
That's
for
dope.
sure.
That's dope. Are you gonna like do a video where they shoot up the what was that, a funeral they shot up in the movie?
Yes, that scene is so iconic.
Was that a wedding or a funeral?
It was a wedding.
A wedding, right?
It was a wedding in all white.
Yep.
And I think they had Keith Sweat singing in the beginning, bro. Amazing.
Iconic.
Amazing. Like,
you know what I think about when I think R&B in a movie? So random, but the Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett
Set It Off
with In Vogue.
So
at
fire.
the very end when Queen Latifah takes the shot and Jada's watching through the window because like she's like, you go, and it's like, duh, what's it gonna be? And you see her get shot. I'm like, oh no! And anyway, so
tough, man.
That's so dope that you're going into the project looking at New Jack as inspiration.
Yeah,
cool, man. I'm excited to hear it, bro. I don't know what that's going to sound like, but I'm hella excited.
I can tell you with just a summary of words, it's going to be raunchy. It's going to be, we're going to be speaking with confidence. And it's going to be chainless.
Chainless?
Yeah.
I like that. It's a great description.
It's going to be chainless, man. Like, we're going to just do it. We're going to just do it.
Hell yeah. We're hyped. Here at Dash, we support everything LA. You know, we take DJ Ski, the guy who made this company, takes pride, and he did Lady Gaga's first radio interview at the old building up the street at Dash. We did Post Malone's first radio interview, Cardi B's first radio interview, Billie Eilish's first radio interview. A lot of firsts, and where we especially take pride in our home, like the home team.
Oh yeah.
So
that's beautiful.
We are honored to have you here, man.
Oh man.
Dash, you're gonna be supporting for sure. Of course.
Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you. You never folded your music. I told Conway the Machine last week the same thing. I love people who never conformed.
Yeah.
You're you to the core. Whether it's right or wrong, whether it sounds good or bad, you're you. And it sounds real fucking
And that
good.
is the one thing I said is what I really resonated with D'Angelo once again is being you and like that being the art, like not worrying about like how well it does, not letting that be a part of the process of like what you make and why you make it, you know?
Yes, let the creative process just be
express yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then if it does what it does, it does what it does. But that can't, you trying to calculate the success of like what a record would do within the creation process will never like be the move.
It's not gonna work.
It'll never work.
Yeah. I know so many rappers who basically took K-Camp's Renegade and made their own version. After it came out, they did their own song with the like trying to like make it a TikTok thing, and I'm like, you guys are fucking stupid. I sat there with K-Camp right here, asked him when he made that record, you have any idea of TikTok? He said, the fuck, man? He's like, I knew what the fuck TikTok was. So anyway, he just made organic, just do shit organically, and it's gonna stick.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, man,
for coming
in.
I appreciate you, man.
Of course, man. Super hyped to hear the project. Tell Charlie we're hyped to hear the project.
We're going to get Charlie here on one of these interviews. So.
We would love it, man. I'd love it. I want to hear some crazy Ye stories from him.
Oh,
Between the Ye stories, I want to hear the crazy Ye stories and the beautifully elegant Kehlani stories.
Oh,
Because I feel like there's like two different experiences entirely.
I'm sure they are.
But thank you so much, man.
Nah, thank you.
Where can we find you on socials?
Yeah, you can find me at Just Gemaine on all socials. JUSTGEMAINE. Okay. And on all music platforms as Gemaine, Gemaine.
Is that your real name too?
Yes, that's my real name as well.
Dope. Good to know. I just figured this.
Yeah. You never know, right?
Yeah, you never know. Sure. All right, everybody. This is Maiwan, Gemaine, Dash Radio.
Yes, sir.
Check out No Questions Now.
Yes, sir.
New Jack City coming soon.
And also, my new single coming out tonight, technically.
Oh,
Lay It Down.
Hold on, let's talk about this for a second. We got another minute. Lay It Down.
Yeah, Lay It
coming
Down.
out tonight. That's also
technically tonight, yeah.
Charlie, right?
Yes, also Charlie.
And that record, is that gonna be still in the same lane of like sultry
Yeah,
R&B,
it's definitely on some
soulful R&B?
sexy R&B,
Okay.
you know,
I should have assumed Lay It Down.
love making
Yeah.
type, you know, trying to bring that
Okay.
sexy back.
Trying to bring that like
R&B.
90s love making
Sexy
back.
back, man. Trying to bring the sexy back to
You
R&B.
know? That like
Yeah.
Boys to Men.
Yeah.
I saw this video meme where it was like how men would sing to women in the 90s. And it was
Oh,
like,
man.
I'll make love to you.
All right.
Versus now, it's just like, you know, it ain't the same.
Oh,
so
man.
this is going to be some of that 90s.
It's gonna
Feel
be a
good.
little bit of that, man.
Okay.
It's gonna be that just like straight up grind to it type.
Okay.
R&B,
Lay It
for
Down.
sure.
That shit's gonna, that by the time anyone sees this interview, it'll be out.
It'll be out. It'll
that
be
song's
out.
gonna be out. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
It will
so-
be in rotation on Dash. Check out R&B
There it
X.
is.
We got tons of Dash
There it
R&B
is.
stations, but we're definitely gonna support.
Appreciate
For
you,
sure.
man.
So Lay It Down out now.
Yes. Lay
Okay,
down out
I'm
now.
glad that we got that out. And your
Yeah.
boy Greg texted me about that too.
Greg,
This
my
is why
boy.
you do your research, kids. I was
There
so
it is.
focused on your voice and shit, I completely forgot to
Nah, all
speak about
good,
that.
man. We got it. That's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Lay It Down
Yes,
out
sir.
now.
And I'm
No
definitely-
questions out now. That is your Michael Jackson
Yes.
special
I'm
edition.
gonna keep this for sure.
Yeah, please do.
How could I
Alrighty,
not?
everybody. Thank you so much, Jermaine.
sir. Thank you,
My
man.
one. We're out of here.
My one,
Peace.
appreciate you, bro.